Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, reveal the books I bought this week, and give away shirts just like this one. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the 7th anniversary episode of the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to the 7th anniversary episode of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. And you know what, first and foremost, I want to thank God for putting it upon my heart 7 years ago to do this show. And I also want to thank all the fans that have been watching since the beginning, and those who came later. Y'all are great people. Y'all are, you know what, I do this show because I want to do it, because I want to share my love of comics and of life with folks. But a lot of the advice and you know, pep talks that y'all given me over the years, I mean, it's just straight up priceless. And you know what, I thank y'all. I mean, you know, I just gotta applaud y'all. Y'all are wonderful. And but I remember when I did the very first episode. It was 7 years ago on Wednesday, October 2nd, 2013. I just finished classes at ULM, and I went over to Clint's Comics and bought some comics. Then I got back to my apartment my old apartment back when I lived in West Monroe. Turned on my laptop, activated the webcam, and the rest, as they say, is history. And this is the 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee. As promised, for everyone who has liked, well, on social media, who has liked or loved it, and then for everyone on YouTube who has left some positive comments, I am going to draw 7 names, and I'm going to do that at the end of the show. But for right now, it's time to give away a regular Comic Hero tee. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, Black Panther is Marvel's first black superhero. But who is Marvel's first black American superhero? Now, I gave some hints on last week's episode. The first hint was this character debuted in Captain America number 117 in 1969. The second hint is that this character was the most previous to take on the mantle of Captain America besides Steve Rogers. The third hint is that this character made its Marvel Cinematic debut in Captain America the Winter Soldier in 2014 and is played by Anthony Mackie. And then the fourth and final hint, this character is also starring in a TV show coming to Disney Plus alongside the Winter Soldier. Well, the correct answer is the Falcon. Now, if you said Sam Wilson, I also accept your answer because that's his real name. Alright, well, 11 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names are entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of this free tee for this week's episode of the show is John Presley from West Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, John. You yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Marvel question. Which Marvel character regularly donates his organs to those in need because of his rapid healing factor? Alright, now here's some hints. The first hint, this character made their debut in New Mutants number 98 in 1991. The second hint, this character is also known as the Merc with a Mouth. And then the third and final hint, Ryan Reynolds portrays this character and has done so in 2 movies. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now D'Angelo Blue from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight. And this one features the man with no fear against the dad before Ninja Warriors. Representing Marvel, we have Daredevil. And representing IDW, we have Master Splinter. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Daredevil versus Master Splinter. Daredevil possesses superhuman senses, echolocated radar sense, is a skilled acrobat, martial artist, and stick fighter, and utilization of a specially designed billy club. Master Splinter is a highly skilled master of ninjutsu and stealth who possesses high intellect and keen sense of smell. Who would win? Master Splinter knows that the most dangerous fighters are blind, so he doesn't take Daredevil lightly. Daredevil, thanks to his radar sense, locates Master Splinter and attempts a flying savant kick. However, Master Splinter ducks the kick and delivers an elbow to the back of Daredevil's neck. After minutes of punches and kicks, and avoidance of punches and kicks, Master Splinter attempts a roundhouse kick to Daredevil, but the latter judo throws the former. The Man Without Fear then tries to end the fight by jumping on the chest of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' father and teacher, but the latter rolls out of the way and wraps his tail around Daredevil's torso. Master Splinter then ends the fight by delivering a vicious heart punch to Daredevil. Master Splinter wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, D'Angelo Ballou, for that fight request. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are three things that I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and it's all Marvel. Now, the first thing is that Jamie Foxx has been recasted as Electro in the third Spider-Man movie under Marvel Studios and Sony. And, of course, Jamie Foxx played Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 back in 2014. And, you know what? That was one of the many bright spots in that movie, and that lets you know that him playing that role again is probably going to have something to do with it's either Spider-Verse or something that's going to happen in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie that's coming out for Marvel real soon. And hey, if they're going to do that, then they might as well call up Alfred Molina to reprise his role as Doc Ock, and Willem Dafoe to reprise his role as Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. I mean, those two, played their characters so well in those movies, and wow, I as Bart Scott would say, can't wait. All right, the second thing, and this is also related to that, is that Marvel Studios is also considering casting Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield for a role on the third Spider-Man movie, and it's supposed to be one of the extra scenes. So that just lets you know that Marvel Studios is going to go straight up Spider-Verse. And for those of y'all who don't know, Spider-Verse is pretty much like the different Spider-Man from every Marvel universe you could think of. I mean, that's pretty much how Spider-Gwen came about. No one had known who Spider-Gwen was, or Gwen Stacy, if she was bitten by the radioactive spider instead of Peter Parker. I mean, this is how it all got started for her. And then we may even see characters like the Miles Morales Spider-Man, or the Spider-Man from India, or even Peter Porker himself, Spider-Ham. I mean, for those of y'all who are very confused by all this, Spider-Verse is really it is so much fun. It was all those miniseries that have come to Marvel. I mean, just one great ride after the other. All right, and the third and final thing. Now, it has been revealed that a young actress named Iman Vellani has been casted in the lead role in the Ms. Marvel TV series coming to Disney+. Now, Iman Vellani, she is a relatively unknown. No one really knows of any other roles that she's had. The only thing that anyone can tell her is that she's originally from Markham, Ontario, Canada. But I've seen what she looks like, and let me tell you, I think she's going to do the role of Ms. Marvel a lot of justice, and I can't wait for her to blow us away. So, yeah. Alright, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
Alright, first up is Avengers number 36. Batman 3 Jokers number 2. Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverse's End. Fantastic Four number 24. Legion of Superheroes number 9. Wonder Woman number 763. And finally, X Factor number 4. Alright, that's 7, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 10,214. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the 7th anniversary episode of the Comic Hero Show, and here's the question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which Marvel character regularly donates his organs to those in need because of his rapid healing factor? Now, here are the hints again. This character made his debut in New Mutants number 98 back in 1991. The second hint, this character refers to himself as the Merc with a mouth. And then the third and final hint, this character is played by Ryan Reynolds and it starred in 2 movies. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to John Pressey from West Monroe, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this week's episode. Alright, I'm going to draw 7 names for a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee just like mine. So here we go. Here's the first name. The first person who wins a free Comic Hero, a free 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee is Yvonne Turner from Minden, Louisiana. So congratulations, Yvonne. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, 1 down and 6 to go. All right, and the second person who wins a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee is Manuel Rock from Natchitoches, Louisiana. So congratulations, Manuel. You win yourself a free 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee. All right, 2 down and 5 to go. All right, and the third person who wins a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee is Jennifer Gunter from West Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Jennifer. You win yourself a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee. All right, that's 3 down and 4 to go. All right, and the fourth person who wins a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee is... Oh, by the way, 46 people have either liked or loved this this shirt on social media, and they left positive comments on YouTube. All right, the fourth person is Woody Brooks from Houghton, Louisiana. So congratulations, Woody. You win yourself a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee. All right, 4 down and 3 to go. All right, and the fifth person who wins a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee is... Trying to reach down the bottom of this bag. Carl the Rat from New Dorp, the Netherlands. So congratulations, Carl. You win yourself a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee. All right, that's 5 down and 2 to go. And the 6th person who wins the 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee is Allison Sullivan from Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Allison. You win yourself a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee. All right, last one. I'm going to shake this up real well. All right, the last person who wins the 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee is Ryan Anthony from Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Ryan. You win yourself a 7th anniversary Comic Hero tee. And I want to thank everyone who has liked this shirt. Really put a lot of time and effort in it. Had to go back to the drawing board several times, and I want to thank everyone who voted for this variation of the number 7. I just thank y'all for being y'all, for being great fans, and let's do this again for 7 more years. And a toast to the Comic Hero Show and its fans. Cheers. All right, so here's the road ahead for the show. Next week's episode, I'm raising awareness of breast cancer. Now, as I said at the end of last week's episode, it's something that really hits home for me, because my mother is an 8-year breast cancer survivor, and I've also had some other breast cancer survivors in my family, and also so in this episode is for everyone who has survived breast cancer, everyone who is currently fighting, and then the families of those that have passed on from it. And then episode 230, gonna raise awareness of domestic violence. There's a lot of this going on. It really needs to stop. There are survivors of domestic violence, and then there are folks that are no longer with us because of domestic violence, and it's a very serious thing. It can leave a lot of permanent damage. And not next week, but in 2 weeks, I'm going to show some love to all those people that just feel that there's no end in sight. Because, I just love helping people. I love lifting people's spirits. I love showing them love. That's just who I am, and that's who I'm going to continue to be till I'm no longer here. And then episode 331. I don't know why I'm saying the 200s. Episode 331, Halloween. I'm going to wear my annual Halloween Comic Hero tee, and then I'm also going to have this whole desk decked out, and then maybe have some other stuff going on behind me. I'm still thinking of that. And also episode 332, celebrating my birthday. And as y'all can see, I don't have a cake for the anniversary, and that's only because I want to save the cake for my birthday. The only thing I have is this glass of bubbly that I really can't get enough of. But the one thing I can't get enough of doing this show. I love doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it until I'm no longer here. And I just want to thank y'all. I want to thank first and foremost, as I said earlier, I just want to thank God for putting it upon my heart to do it all those years ago. To share my love of not just comics, but anything within the realm, and also life. Life is such a very precious and wonderful gift, and I know that things right now in the world we're still in this pandemic, and it still stinks. And then senseless acts of violence on black people, and then so many other things that are going on. But I'm here so that I can get y'all away from that. That I can put some smiles on people's faces, and that's something that I'm going to continue to do until, again, I'm no longer here. And it doesn't matter whether it's good times, bad times. You can always count on me to put smiles on your faces regardless. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on The Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 329. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.